Everyone, welcome back. Today again we will start with a new chapter, that is chapter 18, that is poverty. Okay, so this would be the last chapter of our syllabus. Okay, so there are three main challenges which economy of a country faces today in this generation. They are poverty, unemployment, and price rise. These are very much evident in our Indian society as well. So these are very prominent features in a country like India, where we have poverty, unemployment is very large, and the price is also not reducing but it's going higher day by day. So in our daily life, we come across many poor people, in terms of people not having their own land, in villages. And also in cities we will find the slum areas, comprising of poor people living in close needed houses. We will have daily wage earners. If you go to towns and cities, you will find mostly these wage earners, the rickshaw pullers. Everyone comes under this. And it is roughly estimated that around 27 crore people in India, are poor because of various numerous factors which is there in our country. Next, we will learn what poverty is. Poverty is a situation, in which a person is unable to get minimum basic necessities of life, that is in terms of food, clothing, and shelter. When a person is not able to get the food, when a person is not able to get his own clothes, and a person who does not have a shelter can come under this category. And according to the Tendulkar Committee or the Planning Commission of 2011 and 12, the poverty line was accepted around this. In rural areas, who does not spend more than 27 rupees, in a day, then somehow they can come under the poverty line. And in urban areas, 33 rupees per day, 33 rupees per day, then they might fall under this poverty line. So according to the census of 2011 and 13, according to the survey carried out, during this period of time, there were 269 million people, who were expected, or who were estimated to be under the poverty line, among which 216.5 million people were in rural areas, while 52.5 million lived in the urban areas. So we can see that the number of people living in poverty is higher in rural areas. It is because of many reasons, which we will be discussing one by one. Next, we have the vicious circle of poverty. It is just like the food chain, where it goes on, it circles and goes on, comes back to the main thing. Like this, poverty also moves out, but again it comes to the same thing. So we will learn accordingly. So we have poverty. So India is said to be poor because it is poor. And due to poverty, what happens is, when we have poverty in a country, the standard of living, the houses that we live in, or the condition that we live in will also be low. Our houses will not be very extravagant. Our houses will not be like those of a billionaire or a millionaire. Our country, maybe people who are in the middle class, they also will have minimal standard of living. When we have low standard of living, we will also have low efficiency. Low efficiency, we will have the level of efficiency will also be low. And next, when we have low level of efficiency, what we'll have low level of productivity. So when we are living a low standard of life, our efficiency in terms of what we do will also be low. And it will again lead to the low level of productivity. Okay, when there is low level of productivity, there will be low income. When we are not able to produce more, when we are not able to manufacture goods at a very large rate, then we will get less salary. When we get less salary, we will have low income, right? And so when we have low income, again it will lead to poverty. Clear? So it cycles around. Clear? It doesn't remain stagnant, and so it cycles around. So the vicious circle of poverty continues on. Okay, because this is because the country is also poor, and because of which it leads to this vicious circle to go around. Okay, next we have the measurement of poverty. Okay, in order to measure poverty, there are two ways. Okay, the first is the expenditure method and the income method. Okay, so in this expenditure method, whatever things that you get, okay, or the items that you get will be calculated according to the money that you spend, and that it will determine in which category that you follow. Okay, so in this expenditure method, what they do is, okay, the total food requirement of a family, okay, or a person is measured in calories. Okay, because food contains calories, and these calories are converted into money value. Okay, so the food item which you consume, okay, will be converted into calories, and these calories will be converted in terms of money. How much money do you spend on that food? Okay, according to the calories that would be measured. Okay, and also whatever things that you are buying, okay, that is in terms of clothes, in terms of other necessities that you are wasting, okay, will also be counted. If a person is spending less than the poverty line, okay, if a person is spending less amount of money, okay, you have poverty line, and then you have the BPL, below poverty line. Okay, so if you are spending less than the poverty line, then you would be considered as a BPL. Okay, that is, you fall under the below poverty line. Okay, and so according to the nutritional requirement, okay, so a person, okay, should at least have, okay, 200-400 calories in a day in rural areas. Okay, if he has or if he eats less calories, okay, say only around 500 to 1000 calories in a day, then he will also come under this poverty line. Okay, according to the measurement taken. Okay, and also in cities or in urban areas, we will have 2100 calories in urban areas. Okay, why it is more in rural areas is because, okay, in rural areas most of the manual work are done, and so they need a large amount of calories. Okay, so it is more in rural areas. Next we have the income method. Okay, in this income method, okay, they use while distributing food. Okay, so in local level, what they do is they have these ration shops or maybe these ration deposit areas. Okay, so this BDS, public distribution system, okay, which is under the government, they distribute food, okay, to the people in the local level. Okay, so it is adopted by the government. Okay, so what they do is, okay, all the families, okay, whose total income in a month is less than the poverty line. I already told you, poverty line, okay, and if you fall below that, again you will be counted as below poverty. Okay, so all those families, okay, whose total income is less than the poverty line fixed by the government are considered as BPL. Okay, so that is, okay, 475 rupees, okay, on consumption and expenditure in urban area. Okay, so you should at least get this much amount of money, okay, or else you will be considered into the below poverty line. Okay, and in rural areas it is 328 rupees in rural areas. Okay, it was estimated for the year 2000. Okay, so accordingly they distribute the rations according to this. Okay, and according to this income, okay, generated by the people, they were divided. Okay, whether they are under the poverty line or whether they are below the poverty line. Okay, next we will look into the causes of poverty in India. Okay, in these causes of poverty, number one, we have the historical factor. Okay, so low level of economic development, during the colonial period. Okay, so India was under the control of the British. Okay, so what happened mostly, okay, India, in order to get benefit from the British, okay, or during the British time, they could not do anything much, okay, because they were extracting all the raw materials and important things from India in order to benefit the British people. Okay, so it did not lead to the economic boom of the country because everything was from India, but it only benefited the British people. Okay, and so what happened was, economically during the colonial period, India did not boom because all the wealth was drained away to Britain. Okay, and also because of the new policies, because of the introduction of many new machines and industries, what happened was the traditional handicraft industries, okay, the traditional handicraft industries as well as agriculture all went down. Instead of growing, what happened, the industries, the handicraft industries all began to decline, okay, and lose its importance as well. Okay, so the low rate of growth, okay, which happened in India was because of these things, and India was not able to regain back what it had lost. Okay, so it continued on for decades, and it also, okay, it also swept into the modern era, okay, and it combined, okay, all these things combined, okay, made the growth of the country very slow, pushing the economy more down and down. Okay, next we have the existence of semi-feudal relationship in agriculture. Okay, so what happened was, when India, okay, rural poverty in India, okay, began or started off, okay, with the introduction of many semi-feudal relationship, okay, because when we look into the times of the British, okay, they taxed Indians very much heavily, okay, and so what happened, some semi-feudal relationships began to come out, okay, where there were money lenders, there were zamindars, landlord controlling the Indian agriculture scenario. Okay, and so what happened was, when farmers were not able to cultivate large amount of crops, okay, when farmers were not able to cultivate large amount of crops, what they did was they depended on money lenders. Okay, money lenders, in order to pay back their money as well as in order to pay back their loans which they took. Okay, but instead of, instead of recovering all these things, giving back to the money lenders, okay, their agriculture did not boom, okay, or their farming did not boom, and so it led the peasants, okay, most of the peasants to not being able to pay the money lenders. Okay, in these cases, these money lenders and in these landlords, what they did was they began to take away the lands of the peasants. Okay, most of the small and marginal farmers, okay, and landless agriculture and non-agricultural agricultural in rural labor household, okay, slowly started to fall into the hands of poverty because they were not able to meet up with the demands of the landlords and the money lenders. Okay, next we have inequality in the distribution of income and wealth. Okay, so in a big country like India, okay, there is inequality in the distribution of income as well as wealth. Okay, because the rich people are getting richer and richer day by day. Okay, whereas the poor people, instead of getting rich, they are getting poorer day by day. Okay, it is because of these kind of things. Okay, because of inequality, unequal distribution of income. Okay, salary wise, their incomes are not equal. Okay, and also wealth is also occupied only by the rich people. Okay, so what they do is they keep on earning more and more, okay, and they increase their wealth day by day, but for the poor people it is not the same. Okay, next we have the unemployment and underemployment. Okay, unemployment means, okay, people not able to get a job, okay, because of many factors. One such factors would be population increase. Okay, there is manifold increase in population, okay, when the job opportunities are less. Okay, when job opportunities are less, okay, the population is expanding, so it is very hard for people to get employment. Okay, and when we say underemployment, okay, large section, okay, of the rural community are involved in this underemployment. Okay, they do not get full-time job. They will do job for a certain period of time under certain seasons, okay, and lose the job after the season is over. Okay, or maybe they will do the job for just as part-time. Okay, and even though if they are doing a regular job, okay, normal job, okay, if their wage is very low, okay, then they would also be considered as an underemployment. Okay, next we have the high rate of population growth. Okay, in a country like India, population has also been a problem because likewise, okay, population, if the population is also big and if India is able to sustain the population of this country with the resources that India has, then there is no problem in it. But India being a very big country, the population growth is going high day by day. Okay, and with this people are becoming unemployed, okay, and also are not able to fulfill the demands and needs, which leads the country into a very deplorable condition. And also, okay, we have a huge number of dependent population, okay, that is children and old people. Okay, because children depend on their parents, old people they depend on the children for their livelihood. Okay, and so with this we have a huge number of dependent population, okay, which also causes a problem, a huge problem for the country. Okay, and next we have high rate of infant mortality rate. Okay, so that means, okay, we have a high rate of infant mortality rate. Okay, means children passing away right after birth or maybe after they are born after few days. Okay, why is this happening in India? Okay, because many of the poorer families, mostly in rural areas, what they think is that if they produce more children, then they would be able to get more income from the people, from the work that they do, such as child labor. Okay, so what they do is they keep on producing their child. Okay, and in some times or in some instances the mother are not fed well. Okay, and so what happens is during pregnancy, either they have a miscarriage or maybe the baby is born dead. Okay, so these are the causes for such cases. Okay, and also because of which, okay, we have a huge number of population and it also causes poverty in India. Okay, next we have labor market segmentation. Okay, segmentation. Okay, so what happens here is, okay, a small segment of the labor market, okay, where people work, okay, they enjoy relatively higher opportunities, okay, in terms of getting education, technical skill, okay, higher income opportunities. Okay, so a small margin of group of people, what they do is they earn huge amount of money, they get all the privileges that they need. Okay, whereas, okay, some less privileged classes, what they do is they are deprived from the things, from the basic things, okay, and from the basic opportunities they require in terms of health, education and nutrition. Okay, they are not able to get healthcare facilities, treatments, education is neglected, okay, and they are not given nutritious meal. Okay, and their income is also very low, okay, which makes them, okay, to fall under poverty. Next we have the price inflation. Okay, with the population increasing as well as with poverty increasing at large, okay, instead of, okay, instead of the prices going down and prices going low. Okay, what is happening today is prices are going higher and higher on food items, on clothes, on every basic amenities and needs that people need. Okay, next is low availability of essentials. Okay, because of the huge rise in population. Okay, likewise, I've already told you India is a big country and it is called as overpopulated because the resources of our country is not able to meet the demands of the people of this huge population. Okay, because of which problems are created when there is huge population. Okay, there is inadequate food. Okay, there is less houses. Okay, most of the people, instead of living in pakka houses, okay, they are living in small houses. Okay, and also there is no safe drinking water in most of the places. Okay, leaving aside, some they don't have electricity. Okay, and some they don't even have food to eat. Okay, and because of this lack of essential needs, okay, India is considered, or the number of people under poverty is increasing day by day. Okay, next, okay, what are the measures to remove poverty? Okay, measures for removal of poverty are as follows. Okay, the first is the development of agriculture. Okay, so what did the government do is the government made efforts, okay, in developing heavy industries as well as introduction of green revolution. Okay, introducing new variety of seeds, improving the agricultural technique. Okay, when these things are improved, okay, then a huge number of employment, okay, can be generated when this kind of progress happens. Okay, so the government is emphasizing on greater industries, okay, as well as green revolution in order to generate employment, and when they are employed they will get money. Okay, so these benefits, okay, are called as the trickle down effect, okay, which creates opportunity, okay, across the country, alleviating the condition of the poor. Okay, next we have the population control. Okay, so in order to eradicate poverty, okay, one should control the population of a country, because if the population keeps on increasing, the number of people suffering from poverty would increase. Okay, therefore family planning programs should be implemented, okay, and should be advised properly in rural areas, because it is mostly from rural areas that the population increases, because people get married, and with their thinking, what they think is that if they produce more children they will earn more money, and so in turn they start producing more and more babies. Okay, so development of cottage and small scale industries. Okay, so if we have big industries, machines are there. Okay, so machines do most of the works, so the government should emphasize on, okay, on reserving, okay, some production units, okay, such as by introducing cottage and small scale industries. Okay, these industries can generate a huge number of employment. Okay, and once they are employed, okay, their life or their standard of life would also increase, okay, up to a level, and they will not come under this poverty line. Okay, next we have the income redistribution. Okay, in order for the people of India, okay, not to make the rich become rich, the poor become poor, the government has made an attempt, okay, through the income redistribution. Okay, this has been done. Okay, what they do is they tax, they allow people to tax, okay, mostly the rich and the middle classes, okay, and also the commodities that they buy. in terms of luxury consumption and subsidizing the provision of essential goods. So what they do is, whenever they purchase any luxury goods, there will be tax on that, and also the rich and middle class, there will be tax. So what they do is they try to redistribute the income. Okay, even though the poor people, they are earning less amount of money, the rich are earning more. So what they do is the government is trying to gut that through collecting of tax. Okay, so that it will make equal on both the levels. Okay, next is land reform measures. Okay, so system, okay, such as zamindari system were abolished. Okay, security of tenants, farmer against eviction. Okay, fixation of rent, fixation of ceiling on lands, the distribution of surplus of land among small landless farmers were undertaken by the government. Okay, so most of the lands were taken by landlords, zamindars. Okay, so if you have a big plot of land, what the government does is, okay, in some areas the government would take whole of this lands and they will divide equally among all the people in the villages or in the local level, so that they would also be able to cultivate in that small area and they would not fall under poverty. Okay, so that is all for today. We will continue with the next topics in our next class. Thank you and have a nice day.